All right. Hi, everyone. This is eparkour.io. Really fun win game. So I think we just get right into it, if I'm not mistaken. So everything's set. Gonna click speedrun mode just because that is the mode for speedrunning, obviously. 3, 2, 1, go. And we're off. So this is level 1. Extremely simple. We just go into this nether portal looking thing and then continue. Level 2, immediately we have some skips. You can skip that by just jumping on the edge of the platforms. Yeah, you can skip those other two. And yeah, the first few levels are going to be pretty chill, not much intensity. We are going to see a glitch in level 5 that's really interesting. So we'll basically be pausing, and then you just spam jump, and then you fly. It's really, really silly. This game is kind of silly. So yeah, you'll kind of see what I mean. I am going to go for a small optimization, so we'll see if I get it, because that'll just make me fly less. Okay, I did get it, only slightly. Basically, if you just jump a bit late, like if you jump a bit early, it will cause you to jump less high because some of your jump will be from the airtime of falling. Hard to explain. But anyway, that glitch is going to be used in like, I think it's like a third of the levels in the game we're going to be using that. So yeah. That's super unfortunate. This game can be laggy. It's honestly kind of like a flash game in that it can just eat your inputs sometimes. So that can be frustrating, but we continue this level. I'm just going to be doing a strategy where the goal is to try to not let go forward. I'm letting go forward for safety though. So yeah. And then we just wait for the flippers. So yeah, just a bit of background about the game. There's going to be 44 levels and then the boss. And the boss is just you collect 4 power crystals sort of things. I think they're called cores. Oh, well. They can actually hear my jumps in the background. That's just from the jumping during off time. What you actually have to do is, sorry for the pause, I was counting out the jumps, because you can actually, instead of just spamming, it actually depends. There's actually a fixed amount of time between each jump that has to elapse. So during those pauses, I'll sort of stop and count the jumps at the rhythm. So you just kind of get a feel for it. And if I'm not holding forward, you'll actually be able to hear the jump sounds. But if I'm holding forward, you'll just hear the walking sounds. So yeah, now we're going to enter a bit of a dead bit where, well, first of all, we have these little bounce pad things. We'll see them. We're going to enter a bit of a period where we don't have any jump glitch. I didn't want this to happen during the run, but yeah, this game's kind of buggy. It will sometimes just lag spike during the load screens. There's really nothing you can do about that. So sorry that had to happen mid-run, but there's not really anything you can do about that one. So yeah, there's just timing with the disappearing platforms. Keep these in mind, they'll come up a bit more. There we go, that's nice, because these head hitters are actually a lot easier than they might look. You can kind of just look for when the walls disappear and you get a feel for it. Oof. Of course, as I say that, I have to fall on the last one. Oh well. The game is lagging quite a bit. It just does this randomly. Ugh, that's really rough. I think I know something that I can do to fix lag. So if you'll just give me a moment. Here, just gonna... Oh, and I get another lag spike transition. Nice. This game does not like me very much right now. That's... What? I really didn't want this to happen during the run, but like I said, there's not much you can do about it. Did it just crash? Like, what is happening? I've never seen one this long. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, but like, it's just, this game can be crazy sometimes. Hopefully it will finally calm down. But yeah, we just go through that level. These levels are pretty easy, assuming the game doesn't like destroy me like it just did. Oh, and the timer's actually red. Yay, we get it. There was a lag spike. But yeah, those are Neo. I mean, they're not even really Neos. Oh yeah. So there's usually some text that'll explain the different mechanics of the game. Like this one, it'll say these are ghost blocks, they're invisible, but you can kind of see that I'm jumping on thin air. So yeah, but they generate under that place that I was looking. And then the maze, it's not really a maze. There's just different paths that you can take. It's not really a maze because there's just like once you pick a path, it doesn't really branch off much after this. Hardest thing about this level is just you want to sort of let go of your forward momentum right over the thing. It's not terrible. This level I've only ever failed once. If I fall, I don't even know. Oh my gosh, I had to talk. That is almost funny. That's like this is an easy level, but it's just nerves can get you, I guess. You never know. All right. But anyway, this one's a bit of an interesting one. We only skip about half of it with our jump glitch. I went for a much more precise jump glitch setup that uses one fewer jumps because you get less height, but that also means you fall for less. And I did hit it, which is nice. So that's a bit of time save. And then 24, this is the baby version almost of levels to come. It sort of teaches you to air strafe around things. Why is the game audio down? I do not know what to make of that. I think that lag spike might have caused it. I don't really know. Oh yeah, this one's pretty tricky. It's an invisible maze where some of these are ghost blocks, except they're like inverted ghost blocks. You can see them, but you can't interact with them. So I just have the pattern memorized. That's what was on that sign that I disregarded. So yeah, this is like an intermediate version of level 24. It'll prepare us for much down the road. There's going to be level 41. And level 41 is the worst. It has so many of those and they're so hard. This I have to, yeah, there's that big air pocket. I really don't know why it's there. You have to like barely go around it. What? And see, that's the problem. You can't go too close inward or you'll fall in. And if you go too far outward, you'll fall out. That's not great. But there we go. So that's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to stay on just the edge so that you avoid that air pocket. The transition does not like me these days. It is just... This is being so janky. I have no idea why it's acting like this. There we go. So yeah, this... Just skipping another bar that's supposed to knock you off if you jump. Pretty precise landing. Yeah, this one we actually don't skip because it's so... The lateral distance is so large that jump glitch doesn't really help. But then you just gotta like outrun that big black bar because it's trying to come back behind me and sweep me. I might get nudged by it. Oh, evaded. All right. This one is not terrible. Just a few jumps. But then here, for safety, just gonna line up on that. Yeah. This one is kind of precise, but I actually really like it because it looks kind of cool. It looks like we're playing some weird game show. But yeah, like that's 4 diagonal jumps, and those diagonal jumps are somewhat precise. But I like it because it sort of skips the entire cycle that you're supposed to wait for. So that's like one route that I've devised, and I really like it. So yeah, this one's like the sort of the 24 and 27 were the other Neo levels. This is like the second to last Neo one, and it's pretty tricky. Like I wouldn't say it's pretty tricky, but it can be kind of tricky, especially if you're going as aggressively as I am. There we go. And this is going to be the single largest jump boost thing. I was stopping to count for a second, but yeah, that's the single largest instance of the jump glitch since it's just almost straight up. Forgot to split there. But yeah, since it's straight up, it's basically the perfect one for jump glitch. And there isn't like an IL only strategy since ILs don't allow jump glitch. there's an aisle only strategy where you can get a glitched hyper jump off of those bounce pads, and then using 2 of those you can ascend very quickly. But that, like I said, that's IL only. So yeah, 37, another Neo level, but I use jump glitch to skip a bit of it, just make it easy. Oh, this is one of my favorite levels because the route is just so goofy that I made up. You just ride the fan to the exit. I love this because it's so silly. But yeah. Doing a few extra jumps for safety. And we're kind of coming up on the end of the run. Like, it's going to be this one, and then there's just 4 more normal levels, and then the boss after this one. So yeah, funnily enough, back whenever I was a really early speedrunner, I didn't even know there was a speedrun.com page for this. I used to jump glitch this entire level, and I really don't know why, but I used to just skip all the way to the thing, and that's absurd because riding the thing isn't almost terrible. So yeah, this 41. This is this demon that I keep bringing up because it's like so hard. And like you can jump glitch over it. It loses 2 seconds, so I'm not going to be doing it. I cannot believe I cleared that first try. That's actually kind of crazy. So that's really nice to have done that. But yeah, this one, there's a lot of parkour in there. Super interesting, but we can just walk on the tunnel. And fun fact, same reason I couldn't jump over the pit in level 28 is because of a thing where if you walk on the ceiling of a level, then for some reason there's like an invisible ceiling that prohibits you from jumping up there. For some reason, it'll just like you have to just walk across the ceiling. Like you cannot jump. It does nothing. But here we are on the final. Oh, I think I messed up my splits. That's really bad. What's the undo split key? I'm really sorry about that, guys. This is probably going to be like a mid 12. Oh, there we go. It's so sorry about that. Since I can't see my splits on this, I think I miscounted when I'm supposed to split. But anyway, this is another route that I made up. Or not made up, that sounds so bad, but like I created this route where you sort of walk along the walls of this, and that just skips basically all the parkour involved. So yeah, you just skip straight to each of the cores by walking along the edge. And there's some really nice puzzles in there, like they're very challenging, and the glitchless speedrun is a good place to check those out, but for us, any percent runners, we can just skip it. And that's the last core. That lava, despite looking red, does not act any differently, just brings you back. And that's time. There we go. All right, that is eParkour. Oh, look, we might have missed something, and that's because here I can show you there are 5 secrets, and that will unlock the secret level. But yeah, that is the entirety of eParkour in 1238. That was honestly not my best run, but it got to show you all the strategies, even though it wasn't first try. It also got to show you kind of why this game isn't the best to play because it can just lag spike. There's also a thing where sometimes it just won't let you jump upon landing. But it still can be really fun, even though it's kind of janky. So I'd like to give a shout out to the eParkour community because back when I started in like 2022, I didn't even know there was a community. I like made up my own routes entirely from scratch, but then I found that community, rediscovered it in 2025, and it brought me back to this game after I hadn't played it in a while. So I'd like to thank them, and then over there Fingu, because he really drove me to be a better player after I took the record the first time. So, or he, she, I don't actually know. They made me a better player because we pushed each other to the point where the record's now down to a 10:19, which is insane. It's almost a minute lower than it was before that, which in a category this short is crazy. And then also I'd like to thank the moderator, I believe Retro ZY. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. I'd like to thank them. I'd like to thank my family for supporting me through this grind and kind of all the hand injuries from playing so much. They just really helped with that. I learned some good techniques for that. And then also, obviously, I'd like to thank Ahmad. I can't believe I don't know how to say it. Sorry, I don't know that, but I'd like to thank him because I hadn't played this game in a while. It hadn't really been fun anymore. But then for the event, this sort of brought me back to the game, and it gave me a lot better of a mindset for playing. So I think it brought back a lot of joy that I'd been missing out on. So thank you for that. And I think that's kind of it. I think that is run over.